is looking deep down the left side. Mendeville into the end zone. Touchdown!
Down the sideline, still falling to the house.
And the players streaming from the sideline to celebrate with 17 seconds left.
That's it. There it is. We're back.
Welcome, everybody. It's
We're
BVarsity
back.
Live, the preview show on Thursday, live every Thursday at 2 o'clock, right here from the TBC Downtown Studios. I'm Zach Ewing. That's Trevor Horn.
What's up, buddy?
Newspaper Face. How are you doing, man?
I'm well, you?
We're in a good mood because we finished, as Trevor showed you, the football tab.
It is a true, absolute labor of love.
56 glorious pages. You pick up a Californian today. This is today's Californian, Johnny Balderas of Liberty, cover boy. Thank you very much.
Johnny B?
And inside that bad boy, by the way, the paper's 56 pages today. So is the insert. So we call it an insert, but we really could have inserted the paper inside of our inside of the magazine. So
We got team pages.
team pages for every team in Kern County. All the
See that
city
guy?
schools got their own page. Some of the others are a little bit smaller in the outlying
Josh
areas. but
Moran, he's waiting to get in studio here in 15 minutes.
We've got Derek Carr story. We've got a Rams move to LA story. We've got BC stuff. We've got college football, NFL, 49ers, all that kind of stuff.
They
is in
will
there
tackle
too.
you if you don't mention the lineman feature.
The lineman feature. I'm scared of those guys.
Well, one
Brian,
of them's
Brian
going
Nixon
to be here at
feature.
2:30.
Brian Nixon will get mad at me for even mentioning it. He's going to be in here too. So we have BHS and Liberty coming. Our game of the week tomorrow night when football gets started. That's Bakersfield Christian at Garces. That's the big game. This week will be on the air right here on Bakersfield.com at 7 p.m. Also simulcast the audio only on ESPN Bakersfield 12:30 a.m. radio. So I'll have the call of that one. Trevor, you're going to be out at Ridgeview.
Yeah,
Got a little Stockdale-Ridgeview action.
Ridgeview game, and
Excited to see Stockdale.
And we got a bunch of other games that we've got guys at all over the county.
Clovis West Liberty, a huge game
Yep,
up in
Andy
Clovis.
Bogard, thankfully, will be doing. We'll be writing up that one for us from the Fresno B, and then we got two big games on Saturday down in Ventura, the Brothers in Arms Classic. One of the teams, a 5 o'clock game, the Bakersfield Drillers, who will be in studio here in 15 minutes. They're taking on Pleasant Grove out of Elk Grove, and then at 8 o'clock in the finale of that day, which has I think it's either 4 or 5 games in that day. I figure it's 4 games that day, will be the home team, St. Bonaventure, taking on the Centennial Golden Hawks at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, what a challenge for Centennial, too.
Yeah.
That'll be a great one to
We
watch.
got a lot of football this weekend, buddy. I can't wait.
Football all weekend, and then next weekend you get the colleges starting, and the weekend after that you get the NFL starting. So it's that time of year. We're all excited. We're all pumped. However, football is not the only thing going on in the BVarsity world. And, Trevor, you've already been out at a couple of volleyball matches. You're going to a tennis today. Cross country got started yesterday. Golf got started last week. So tell us what's going on in the rest of the fall sports world.
Well, obviously.
Water polo. Can't forget water polo.
Water polo with Garces Taft and BCHS. But when you look at it, obviously football that's the sport that garners the most attention because that's where 3,000 people come out. But it does not take away from the talents that there are in Kern County. We've got a top 5 things to watch for here in Kern County going in. The first one being, how good will BCHS be in tennis this year? That's Delaney Roach. She was a BVarsity Tennis Player of the Year 2 years ago last year. She shared that honor with Anastasia Julius over Garces. Both are now seniors there. Delaney's younger sister, Liberty, is now a freshman at BCHS. And Frank Thiessen, who is long in tooth and very much loves to talk about the past and the future.
Long
for him.
in wisdom, long in
a lot of
long
things.
legs, long everything else.
Yep. I asked him, I said, when do you retire? He goes, well, I'll tell you this, I'm coaching 2016 no matter what, because he knows how special it's going to be with Delaney and her little sister Liberty on that team. So I'll be out there today. The Eagles will host Tehachapi at 3:30, so going to check that one out. So it'll be really interesting to see because obviously Bakersfield Christian is a multiple-time Central Section champion. They won the Central Section title last fall in Division II.
I think they've won 10 in a row, right?
Yeah,
9
and
in
it's
a row,
one of
10
those
in a row.
things where, Thiessen just has this thing going at BCHS, and it never seems to really kind of give up, and it goes and goes and goes. But now it's like, how good can it be? Because we've seen how good Delaney has been for the last 3 years. She didn't play on her high school team as a freshman, realized how big of a mistake that was, how much she wanted to be a part of that, because she is a very, very high-end tennis player on the personal circuit. When she started at BCHS, she realized how fun it was to be a part of a team because tennis can be such an individualistic sport. So here she is, and now she's got her little sister, so it means even more. We move on cross-country wise. Is it on the uptick? You look at those two right there. That's Cagney Duncan out of Liberty, our BVarsity runner of the year last season, and then Didi Salcido, who's only going into her sophomore year.
Yeah, get used to seeing
McFarland.
that face, huh?
Well, and the thing is that it's not even getting used to. We've already gotten used to seeing Didi because she is such a high-end runner, not only in high school but on the summer circuit. I mean, she's also great. She advanced to state in the 3200 as a freshman. So when you look at these two, and you look at Marcus Moda over at Stockdale on the boys' side, Moises Medrano, who won the Beat the Heat Invitational yesterday, Robert Sagasta over at Liberty. When you look at McFarland and everything that boys' team has done over the years, starting with Jim White in the mid '80s, there is a chance for McFarland to really make a good run at, which is still so weird to me that they are in Division I, but a good run at the Division I Central Section title. Zach, you and I talked about that. That might be as impressive as those state championships.
I've said for a long time, ever since this became a discussion, as absurd as it is, that McFarland could be in Division I. I mean, with 700 students or 800 students, whatever it is. I say winning a D1 Valley title is more impressive than winning a D4 state title. I mean, you look at this is not a weak section. Madera South, the Clovis schools.
No, this is the heart of cross country in California. When you look at Madera South, the only thing that they really lose, and it's a big loss, is Aguarda Herrera.
Right, but I mean you're talking about a state title contender there.
But McFarland lose nobody. Plus, they're bringing in two high-end freshmen on that boys' side.
And if you can beat
Diaz family is there,
right? If you can beat a Madera South, the Clovis schools, a Bullard, not to mention the Bakersfield Division I schools, a Stockdale which won a couple years ago.
Exactly.
I don't care. I mean, that means to me you are easily good enough to win it in Division IV, and they should hang that banner just as high as the state title.
Yep. So I will be out there, sometime in the next couple of weeks to go talk to Amador.
Long way to go, but they have a chance. Yeah,
it is a long way to go, but you know what? If anybody's going to do it, it's going to be McFarland. It's going to be led by guys like Amador and Joel. So it'll be very interesting to see what they can do. Moving on to volleyball, I keep looking at the Southwest Yosemite League and just going, goodness, where do you take a night off once league starts?
Well,
because it starts. I mean, BHS is young but very talented. Frontier might be the best team. We don't know. Centennial brings back Emily Hansen, who was already verbally committed to Cal State.
From a semifinal team last year. Yeah.
They have Alexis McLeod coming back, who is as good as an outside hitter as there is around. There are just so many good teams around. Stockdale, Garces. Garces has a very high-end setter.
And you didn't even mention last year's D1 finals.
I'm getting there.
So,
and then you look at the big team, which is Liberty, who, when you look at it on paper, this is a team that went to the Central Section Division I championships, lost 3-1 to Clovis East. But when you look at it, they bring back 98 to 99% of their kills, their digs, their assists, their aces, sets received. The only thing they miss is the blocks. But when you add in players and you move Alicia Viveros around, you move Brooklyn Cheney around, Emma Reynolds is there as a high-end. It's so deep. It's incredible. Liberty is likely the number one team in the Central Section until somebody else knocks them off, and we'll get a good look at the Clovis tournament next weekend. But the SWIL, and that doesn't take anything away from a team like Highland or BCHS. Ridgeview looks like a team that could play well in the SYL. Tehachapi look like they'll do well in the SYL the other night against BCHS. When you look at the SWIL, the talent on every single of those 6 rosters is incredible.
Well, it's amazing. I mean, to think that it could be more deep than last year when it was incredible. I mean, it was just dominant from season start to season finish in non-league games. They dominated. Then in the playoffs, they dominated right up until the finish.
Yeah,
when Clovis East took out Liberty in the final. We're going to get more into Liberty in
just a second, Zach. Hold on for 1 second. Girls golf. There's another one for you. When you look at it, obviously Lexi Keene has been our 3-time BVarsity Golfer of the Year. But when you look at that one right there, that's Maddie Daniels. She's going into her junior year at BCHS. Can she rival Lexi Keene throughout the year? We'll never see them on a day-to-day basis because obviously BCHS is in the South Sequoia League and Keene is at Stockdale and part of the Southwest Yosemite League. So we won't see them on a day-to-day basis. But what Maddie can do on the golf course is a very high-end golfer as Lexi is, and so it'll be very fun to kind of see how those two do when you start getting into the South Area tournament and the Central section, and you got to figure the two of them have a great chance of advancing if they continue on their path that they've already been on. So it'll be very interesting. And then finally, the last one we go into.
I'm not sure what you just said there, but Lexi and Maddie are both really good.
What did I say? I don't know.
That one of those sentences I don't know what it was.
Who cares?
If we wrote it down, it would be a work of art. Let me just put it that way. But
they can both.
They're both really good.
They're both really good, and it's been very interesting. Obviously, we're going to have to wait for that until October to kind of see how they are in head-to-head matchups, but it's going to be a lot of fun. And then lastly, we go back to Liberty. How good is this team? Brooklyn Cheney leading the way, Emma Reynolds. You go down the line, Alicia Viveros, who didn't even play club volleyball this year because she just wanted to kind of take it off. And, well, because she went back east and was checking out Ivy League schools because when you look at, this, I think their cumulative GPA is like a 3.9 on this Liberty team. So they're not only smart, and they're in their second year under Amy Parker, a team that went to the Central Section Championship last year. And it was kind of a team that was kind of unknown. We didn't really know how good they were going to be. We knew that Brooklyn transferring from Tehachapi to Liberty was going to make a change, but, I mean, you didn't realize it was going to be that big of a change. And then here they are. They lose one starter, and it might be the best team in the Central Section. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
You pulled a fast one on me there. You went back to volleyball and Liberty, and obviously trying
I gave you the rundown. You just don't look at this stuff
that
beforehand.
Clovis East loss. Nah, I looked at it, but I got a lot going on. We have football going on, which we're going to get to. We have the Blaze folding. Very sad for all sports fans in this town. They are in their final homestand, so we have that going on.
So we want to take that
Thomas's
10 minutes.
Fourth birthday today.
Hey, happy birthday, buddy!
So I got a lot going on, man.
Little T-train.
I do love that storyline. Can Liberty sort of finish the job? Reminds me kind of, and we'll have him in here in about 15 minutes. The Liberty football team from last year, where they had such a great year, couldn't quite finish the job in the final. Brought everything back, and boy, they finished the job emphatically last year. And now they're trying to defend it.
You think about what they did last year was. I mean, you think about other than the team that we've got on next, BHS, no Kern County team would won a D1 section title since West in
1981.
Exactly.
Yeah, you got to go back more than 35 years.
You weren't even born yet,
or
buddy.
Exactly 35 years, 34 years.
I was still in diapers when that happened.
Yeah, pretty crazy. Now BHS obviously has won many since then, and that's who we're going to start with. We got Liberty coming up at 2:30. They've got Clovis West tomorrow night up in Fresno or in Clovis, and then the following night or following afternoon at 5 o'clock. Don't worry, it won't be hot in Ventura, where BHS is playing against. Hey, I'm going to be in Santa Barbara that day, so
I know it's going to be so nice.
The Drillers will be playing Pleasant Grove out of Elk Grove, Sacramento area in that one. So we're going to get to the Drillers next. We've got Coach Paul Gola on, as well as quarterback Josh Moran, and the super sophomore Cam Williams is with us as well. We'll be right back here on BVarsity Live.